About the time that we cast Robert Downey Jr., I was thinking about the house and trying to figure out what kind of design it should be. And even though we had decided on this kind of angular, flat, metallic, hard-edged look, the idea that Robert Downey Jr. has he comes with a certain vulnerability with him, and it may sound strange, but we redesigned the notion of the house after casting him. I thought that he would be more suitable in something that architecturally mirrored who he was, a little softer inside, a little bit more susceptible, a little more vulnerable. There was a certain vulnerability about him, so I thought round is nice, and it's more elegant, and it just seemed a little bit more womb-like.
When this project first came along, they gave me a bunch of the comic books and history of the characters and so forth, and I said, ooh, Obadiah Stane's got this wild suit, ironmonger suit, and all these different things. And I got kind of excited about that again, the kid in me.
We'll counter your move, so wherever you move, we'll kind of go with you and take the weight of the suit itself.
You have rotation by yourself, Jeff.
Yeah, I've got it now by myself, right?
No, you can spin your weight. There you go.
That's always just you.
Then when I met with John the first time, he said, "Oh no, you don't get to wear a suit." And I kind of went, "Oh." And because it was the Mandarin was originally the band, there was going to be like two different bad guys, and I said, "Oh, okay, well, let's see, how it works out." And then the scripts were being worked on, and it came back. He says, "No, it looks like you wanted to wear a suit. Now you've got your suit." I said, "Oh, great."
And now, I'm gonna kill you with it! You pulled out my targeting system! Hold still!
Fire. Set. Fire.
The gun?
Clear.
I think it was the most strange for Gwyneth, who, although she had worked on a green screen show, Sky Captain, she never really worked on an effects show. And she said that was very different than this. Because in this film, she's looking at like a 10-foot tall robot that's being operated by puppeteers in front of her, and she's having explosions go off behind her, and windows being blown out, lights going crazy, and things melting down. And she was right in the heart of it, running through sets at full tilt, and with things blowing up behind her, and she'd never experienced anything like that before.
I told her it was remains of the day too when we signed her.
When I did Sky Captain, that was very surreal because there was literally nothing. There was nothing practical. There were no props and no sets. And that was just sort of like doing experimental theater or something, off Broadway, because you were just in a room with some actors. And this, I was so used to working with actors and real sets that when they said, okay, now like a big monster's coming out of the ground, then I felt like, oh my God, this is so silly. And John said, oh, don't worry, so I just thought, right, well, you just have to really go for it.
And cut. Very good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye.
The first half hour of being in the Iron Man suit is like the coolest Halloween you ever had, except you're alone in the trailer before they call you on a set or whatever, or you're getting ready and you just catch a glimpse and you go, that's right, Grandma'd be proud. And then because it's not really it's designed for guys to wear, but I'm not a stuntman. And most of the stuntmen aren't doing, 65 scenes in the next 3 weeks. Most of them are young enough to not have a teenager at home. It was tough, and as we went further and further along, I realized like I could wear the suit all the time, but I can't wear the suit all the time and be an effective actor.
I'm sorry, did that interrupt your flow? I guess this is a draw.
The last couple weeks of shooting, I was like, you know what? I made it this far. I need to sleep. I want to eat pasta. I don't care if I'm puffy tomorrow. Don't put me in a t-shirt, kiss my ass. I did all that stuff because then the job is you drop the saddlebags and you charge out of Dodge City, because you want to get out without getting your ass bit by a rattlesnake.
Now it's time for both of us to go. That's the law of nature, Tony! Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, on to Las Vegas. That is a wrap. Thank you, everybody.
Here we are out in front of Caesar's Palace, the third movie I've done here. And we're exhausted. We're doing a death split, which means you start at midnight and go into the next day. We tried to turn around. Everybody stayed up as late as they could, gambling and partying last night, and tried to sleep all day. I, for one, was not able to sleep all day, and I have to act and direct today. So this could all go to hell in a handbasket on our last day of principal photography. But here we are. This is the big finish line. We always knew that if we got here, we'd be in good shape. So it's a bit of a celebration. It's going to be a fun scene. We're going to start outside, then go inside, and here he is. Tony Starks.
Tony Stark.
I was just saying, we don't need sleep. We got talent.
That's right.
Work it, work it, work it!
I'm just so proud of everybody and satisfied and the whole deal. I mean, in my psyche right now, it's that thing of like someone was saying the last day of high school and, you kind of just can't wait to throw your hat up, but then you're like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And I just remember last, October, November, and meeting John regarding this, and then screen testing, and then pre-production. To me, like most of us were burnt by the time pre-production was done because we prepped ourselves into a tizzy. And then there's starting in the first 2 weeks in the cave, and then going to Lone Pine, and then over Air Force Base. I mean, it's the problematic thing of looking at a schedule, or looking at what anyone looking at what their life is for the next 3 months. It's like, this can't be done.
Thank you, everybody. That is a wrap.
Every movie has its trials and tribulations. We did encounter a snowstorm in the middle of a desert in the cave scene, which was very odd. We did have sets that blew away and blew down, but it actually, the movie gods were with us most of the time. And while it was always daunting, it went fairly smoothly, which was great for our first production, very important for our first production.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Paltrow, director of Iron Man.
That's a testament to John, to the crew that we put together, and for the cast, who were always game, who could always maneuver through whatever circumstances were thrown at them. And, we did. We came in on time and under budget.